Blessed Lughnasadh Lammas, everyone. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, we're talking about the Wheel of the Year. So in pagan tradition, there is something called the Wheel of the Year. And I have this lovely little wheel here that hangs on my wall in my living room. So the Wheel of the Year is basically the Sabbaths, or the pagan holidays or celebration times throughout the year. And a lot of it has to do with, like, the reason we call it a wheel, the turning of the wheel, the turning of the year, is going to be weather patterns and things like that, because back then, everybody grew their own food. All these things were very important. So we have things, we're celebrating harvest and we're celebrating when the seasons change. A lot of our traditions of modern holidays actually do come from the Wheel of the Year. Ostara is pretty much Easter, as you can see here, the eggs and the bunny. So our Ostara is a celebration of springtime. And of course, a lot of the imagery that came with Ostara has actually passed on to Easter. When Christian nations were going around and basically colonizing different places, they would show up and the people there always had some sort of a belief system, usually some kind of a paganism, something based in nature or something like that. And so what they would do is a lot of times they would take those pagan holidays and they would adapt them to a Christian holiday, so that therefore people would change over and convert and start to celebrate Christianity instead. That happened most notably with Ostara and with Yule. Yule is Christmas. Yule is also the winter solstice. It doesn't take place exactly on Christmas Day, but one of the things that historians have discovered is that Jesus Christ was most likely not born in December. It was more likely that he was born in somewhere around April. But they made this celebration of Jesus's birth coincide with the winter solstice celebration in order to basically remove that holiday and turn it into something that was based in the, new religion of the land. So it's very interesting when you really start to look into the history of the different holidays and cultures throughout the world have celebrated different times of the year in different ways. So one of the books that I love about this is this book called Sabbaths by Eden McCoy. And this is not the only cover. There are like 2 other versions of this book. This is the super duper old one. This book is incredible. It gives a lot of history on each one, and we're looking at Lughnasadh. So, and you've got all kinds of cool things in here, like recipes for the holiday and the history of the holiday, how it was celebrated in different parts of the world and things like that. So it's a very, very cool, very interesting book if you are interested in the Wheel of the Year and interested in adopting some new and very cool pagan traditions. So we're looking at Lughnasadh today. In Lughnasadh, a lot of times what we celebrate is grain and corn, because this is the first harvest of the season. So this is past the summer solstice, which is called Litha. And this is before we celebrate autumn equinox. But this is the first harvest of the season, and because of that, it's celebrated a lot of ways with grain. They use corn dolls and things like that in this celebration. There's usually a big feast. Baking bread and breaking bread together was a big part of this holiday. And actually, I baked some pumbingage with my mom earlier this week, and I am baking some focaccia with my sister this evening and tomorrow, because it needs a night in the refrigerator. So that is something that we are doing to celebrate. This gives you some recipes here. It's got cornbread, Bridget's blackberry pie, while Mabon, which is autumn equinox, which is kind of more like the Thanksgiving, if you will, of holidays where you give thanks, and that's also a big harvest time and everything like that. This is kind of similar in a way that it is a lot about giving thanks for the bounty and the blessings. And like I said, this is the first harvest. So there are a lot of different cool celebrations for this. I will be baking bread with my sister, and we're going to do some, magic, because I love doing some kind of a cool magical thing on the different Sabbaths. When I was young and my mom was really getting involved, she had this book, and I really got my start reading about Ostara, and that really made a big impact on me. So the first, and interestingly enough, I have a very cool and weird relationship to Ostara, even though Easter has never really been a big deal to me. But Ostara was the first of the sabbats that I learned about, and I will talk more about that when we get around to Ostara time, because I do have a lot of really fond and lovely memories of that and certain ways that I do like to celebrate. But as for today, it is Lammas, or Lughnasadh, which is spelled Lughnasadh. Yes, very complicated spelling. And I wanted to just give you guys a little bit of information starting about the Wheel of the Year, and basically just wish you wonderful blessings today. I hope that your harvest is bountiful. I hope that you are breaking bread with people that you love. And I will see y'all at the next Sabbath with lots more information, because that'll be Mabon, which I also really do love. So we love the fall. All right, y'all. Have a great day. Blessed Lughnasadh, and I will see you very soon with all new tarot content.